Dale's in Florida. What is he doing? Is he hanging out with the misfights? Dale Chance, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Not that there's anything wrong with that. There is a lot wrong with this. Where are you, Dale? I put you in. Why does Dale always join like 3 seconds? Uh-oh, look at that. Nissan. What up, buddy?
What up?
You're in Florida?
Oh, nothing. Sitting here. Let me see if y'all can see where I'm sitting at. Does that look familiar to anybody?
Something Fitness. Is that the gym where the Misfits work out?
That's where they used to work out at, yeah. I'm over in Delray right now. What are you doing down
there? Business or pleasure?
Pleasure.
Good.
All pleasure.
That's the way it's supposed to be. What else is going on? What are you doing while you're down there?
Yep.
Are you at Liberty State?
No. Oh, yeah, definitely. I went over to the Tampa Pro. Samurai Jack competed at the Tampa Pro Friday, and then I drove over and hung out. I've been at Brad's house for a few days, and now I'm training with Lenny and Rob here in a little bit. Just actually left having lunch with Prince Andrew. So, yeah, it's been make a good trip out of all of it. I seen you went live, and I said, let me pull over.
Any Jason sightings while you're down there?
No, actually, so where I'm sitting at, there's a Publix, like the next shopping center over. That's where he works at, and I went over there to see if he was there.
I gotta hit him up. I haven't spoke to him in a while. I missed his call the last few times. I gotta fucking hit him back and sell him. Sorry.
I missed his calls on purpose.
I didn't say I missed it on purpose, but the last like 80, I just couldn't. The guy was just always doing something. Yeah.
No, I mean it'll be good to see him. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see his mom because I actually like.
She's a nice lady.
Cool. But yeah, very nice.
So you're hanging out with all of these misfits, but there's a lot of fucking trouble in paradise with that. Are you going to be able to bridge the gap, you think, and be the ref and get these guys back? Because they're funnier together, I think.
Man, with them, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that none of us know about, and that's going to be up to them. I am personally friends with all of them, and I just, I'm down here to see every one of them. I hung out with Andrew, I hung out with Brad, I hung out with Lenny, and I just met Rob. Rob was all right, not too bad. But no, I mean who knows, man. I'll be leaving tomorrow, so everything could be fine today, and then tomorrow they could be World War III. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff between certain ones that'll never change, and it'll never go back to the way it was, which sucks. But me coming from a fan, it does suck a lot. But hey, it was so much fun while it lasted. And it just sucks that people have to ruin it. Yeah,
it definitely was a lot of fun. And, if it doesn't go back, it's the way it is. I mean, things fuck.
We always have YouTube, so we can always watch YouTube.
Yeah, there's always some of the old classics and all of that. Listen, some of those guys that were a part of the Misfits aren't around anymore, like Saul and stuff, but we still enjoy the old Saul videos too. So it's always a crapshoot, things change. People move on and do different things. So the Tampa Pro, like a good show, bro. I was catching a lot of the videos and the photos of it. That looked like a really good show.
It was a great show. I mean, of course, I wanted Samurai Jack to win, but the top 10, he was right outside the top 10 out of 41 competitors. So let me tell you, anybody that's sleeping on Kyle Puckett, you're going to have your feelings hurt within the next few years. This kid was his first pro shows, and he beat pros that's been doing classic physique since he's been around, and he beat him. So the thing is, this kid is going to put on some size, and when he gets the upper body to match his lower body, lights out. 100%.
Who took that division?
It was a guy from Germany. He actually he looked really, I mean, it was crazy because that's my first ever pro, like classic physique pro show I've ever been to and saw the pros. And the top 10, none of them were under 6 foot, and none of them were under 200 pounds. I'm like, wow. So they're clearly leaning toward the Bumstead look, not the Breon look anymore. So, and actually, I met Bumstead while we were down there. He's super cool. I didn't know he had a lisp though. I mean, I've actually heard him on camera and stuff, and I never like picked up on it until he started talking to me. I was like, wow,
He's the
you have a
pro
lisp.
guy too.
But
He's got the little bit of an accent.
oh, he's great. And then Ian, of course, Ian Bayer wins the Open, and I had money that he would lose,
Oh,
and so Cornelius,
funny.
you get that. I got to pay Cornelius now.
Oh, fuck. You know
Yeah,
what
so
else?
I thought Charles Griffin was going to
How
do
did
it. Charles Griffin looked good. He actually took
Max
third.
Charles is the guy I thought was going to take this because he was the surprise of the Olympia last year, finishing in fourth. And I thought he could have he might have been fifth. I think he could have even finished in third if you ask me. I think he was better than Heath. But Max Charles goes fourth here in Tampa. Now I'm looking at the pictures. It's hard to tell from one pose. He looked excellent. What was the problem with him there, you think?
Conditioning.
Yeah.
That's come down to conditioning and maybe a little bit of size. Ian, so we saw Ian at check-ins. Ian was covered up. He was sitting there. He was completely, he was out talking, hanging out with everybody. And I mean, it was really cool to see him. And I told him, hey man, I got $100 for you to lose. He said, well, of course you're going to have to pay that out. He even offered to pay me the $100 if I lost. I said, no, you ain't got to worry about paying me, man. It's my stupidity bet against you. I said, but Charles Griffin's looking really good right now. And I'm like, man, it's going to be hard to beat him. And then of course he beat him. And then there's a guy, Phil, the guy who took second. That guy, he looked like Debo from Friday. He looked just like Debo, and just huge, big, and he come in, and I mean, it just come down to conditioning. Charles had great conditioning too, but Ian just had a little bit more separation, and that same thing with Max Charles. Just separation there.
He looked like he had a good V taper going in the picture that I saw of him.
Mm-hmm. But if you turn to the back, look at the hamstrings.
It was watery.
Ian's glutes and hamstrings were on point. Even with Charles Griffin, his hamstrings are there, but his glutes aren't in. And that's a lot of people don't realize, man. That's has a lot to do with the show. Is
without a
glutes
doubt.
and hamstrings.
Yeah. Did you catch the women's bodybuilding?
No, I didn't get to see the women's bodybuilding. Actually, one of the girls that's actually a part of my gym, her name is Constance. She actually won the Masters figure overall in the amateur NPC amateur. She smoked gosh, she looked great. She smoked everybody in that one. And now she's headed to not Masters Nationals. The next one coming up, North Americans, yeah. She's headed up for that one to try and turn pro, and she'll turn pro. She was lights out with her. She was.
What did you think about the passing on Meadows, bro?
Yeah. Dude, so what's so crazy is Brad, Lenny, Rob, and I were all in Brad's gym training, and we were talking about. I was showing Brad. It's a thing I learned from John Meadows years ago, how to warm your elbows up before you start doing anything like any kind of push work. It's just taking a cable and a light dumbbell. And I was talking about it. I said, man, you need to start watching John Meadows' stuff. It's great. This dude is unreal. I mean, I'm just sitting there talking about him. We get up the next morning, and then that's on there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I don't know how it happened or what. Have they said how it happened yet? Was it a heart attack?
Just read before I went on the air, and I don't know if it's accurate or not, but they said it was a rare case of colon cancer. And then I saw something earlier today where he had other things going on not too long ago, health issues. So they think some of that put up. But this colon cancer thing, this is the first time I heard of it, and it was like right before I was having it. So I didn't really look into it.
Well, like 2-3 months ago, he had a heart attack. He was in hospital for that. And I figured something like that. That sucks, man, because John Meadows, I met him at the Arnold, and he knows one of my other buddies used to get coaching from him, and told me to tell him hi, and we were talking. He just sit there and talk to us forever, and we took pictures and everything, and and then he looks at me and he goes, "You're the one that got in the wreck," and I was like, yeah, and he knew Lenny and all that, so it was so cool because all the exposure I got because of Lenny, and it was just cool that he even knew who we were, and super down to earth guy. I mean, you couldn't ask for anybody better. And it just sucks, man. it's just terrible. And like Anton Vaillant posted today, you know, Anton turned pro
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
John Meadows. John Meadows pushed him and actually got
yeah.
turned pro with it. And he's such a great guy too.
I
It just sucks, man. All these great, awesome people passing
it,
away. So young,
I didn't know
49.
Meadows, but I've seen him a million times at the shows, and everybody that I know that does know him all has high, marks for him. So I mean, unfortunately, I didn't get to know him personally, but I'm glad to hear that people always. You like to hear when people like a guy, and it's sad to see a guy go, but all the people are putting a lot of really cool posts about it today, which is nice about their personal, things with John
Yeah,
Meadows. So that's kind of cool,
yeah. I mean, he's. I mean, you think about it too. Like when Lee Freaks passes, think about the millions of people
Yeah.
that he's touched in their lives. John Meadows the same. I mean, the millions of people that John Meadows just telling them a simple workout, change how you change your grip on a
Yeah.
pull down makes the world of difference in how you feel it. I mean, he was just such a ball of knowledge and such a great person.
It
It's
sucks.
tragic,
He's only
man. But he'll go on and live forever
Yeah,
because of that.
49, bro. I mean, that's like I'm 54, so I look at 49 like that's
That's that's 10 years older than me.
so it's yeah,
I'm like,
right
oh
around the
my
corner.
gosh, man.
Yeah, that sucks, man. If it was something like a colon cancer and that's something, all right, it's horrible. It happens. It's been killing people for a long time, but you hate when it's like something that's non natural related. You just hate to see that. So I hope that's not the case. And I feel bad. This guy's got young kids and stuff. So it's like,
Yeah, and he just started coaching football for him
oh,
too.
that's nothing in life than
Yeah,
coaching your kid in football. I fucking loved it. Oh, fuck.
yeah. I mean, it sucks, man. It's a sucky time, and I feel bad for his family, and I hope everything goes well with him. They can at least you can have comfort knowing that he touched
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
millions of people in the
That's
world. I hope that you can
yeah.
find
So
comfort
if
in that.
anybody watching has any update on the cause, just type it in, and I definitely want to read it. I'm curious to see if that cancer thing I read was BS or not. But I saw that on my friend's post on Facebook, and I was like, I didn't have a chance to touch base with him and ask him, where did you get that? What is it? Is it fucking garbage or is it real? But whatever, we'll see. But that's cool that you got down to Tampa. That's been a good show for a long time, and it's always been like.
Yeah, it was fun experience, man. That's the first time I ever been to
Oh, really?
Tampa too.
Tampa's a great fucking town.
Yeah,
Tampa's fun.
it was surprising when I drove in. I was like, God, I didn't know Tampa was this big.
And
It's
it's
big,
like on the
big
west
city.
side of Florida, so it's.
Yeah, and then it's a 3 hour drive across Florida. I mean, it's like I was leaving my house going to the beach at home. I was like, it's not
Yeah.
I mean, while I'm down here, I might as well. Lenny's here. I haven't seen. It's been 4 years since I've been here, so I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to just drive over there and
That's
hang
awesome.
out with him. I mean, screw it. Let's
Yeah,
go have
why the
fun.
fuck wouldn't you? You're down there, that's great, man. You came down there to hang out, you watched do well in the show, and now you're hanging out with some other buddies. Good for you. Did you hit any strip clubs in the Tampa area? It's known strip club.
No, I didn't hit any
No?
strip clubs.
All right. If you
Everybody told me if we were going to go to a strip club, we needed to go to the Penthouse
I
Club. I was
I
like,
don't
oh,
know
okay.
them really, but I know everybody always says Tampa is the place to be for titty bars. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this sound kind of weird, but I was more worried about Kyle making sure everything good for him because, it's his pro debut and I would hate to, mess his pro debut up by doing something stupid. So I was so cautious and anxious and careful of everything I did around him because, I didn't want to mess it up
yeah.
because that's an awesome
Yep.
shot for him.
They're asking me to ask you how your prostate is. I don't know why.
So the other day when I filmed with Lenny and then we went live and they asked me what my stack was and I told them some bullshit stack and everybody's like, oh my God, why would you do that? And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, this is what I'm taking and it's not even close to what I'm taking. But so my prostate's supposed to be so swollen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then also they're probably talking about when Lenny said I come down there, he's going to give me a prostate exam.
Oh, so once Lenny did do it, how are you post-exam now? Are you still able to sit, apparently?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, if you kind of look, I'm kind of leaning to the right a little bit, kind of a little swollen there. Gotta watch out.
Oh, the show.
But I'm not the right color. I'm not the right color for a
No,
man.
no, he has nothing to do with you. Yeah. Regarding the show, because I know Florida was great with DeSantis. Was there any like social distancing, mask wearing, checking a fucking, show me your papers nonsense? Or was it just come on in and sit down and have a great time?
They had no social distancing. It was just like it was like it was in like 2-3 years ago. Nothing. Only thing they would not let you do is they would not let you film or take pictures because they were doing a live stream. Yeah. So they would not. That's why we couldn't get any pictures of Kyle on stage. But yeah, and I mean that's understandable. You're doing a live stream campaign for why.
A lot of shit,
there and
the Olympians.
Steal it.
You can do pictures, but no video at the Olympia.
Yeah, it was the Grand Hyatt, which is a remarkable. I mean, that's a beautiful hotel. The best part about it is you're walking around and you see all these pro athletes coming out, talking to everybody. I actually met Branch Warren the first time I've actually met him in person, and I'm like, God, I didn't know that you were shorter than me. I thought I was short. This dude's like 5'2".
Bro, the guy's still.
But he's. He's as wide as he is tall. 100%. He's as wide as he is tall. I mean, that dude, he was still a monster. Still a monster, man. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun experience. It was really cool seeing Kyle's reaction because, he turned pro last year and he's sitting here in awe of all these pros, and I'm like, Kyle, you're a pro too. And he's just like, he's like, but I'm like, Kyle, you're a pro.
Exactly.
You're a pro bodybuilder. You're doing the same thing they do all the time. I said, they just got more exposure than you now. I said, don't worry, a couple years, you'll be widely known. I mean, it's crazy because people were coming up to him and they were like, your legs, your structure is just insane. And everybody kept giving a Rough Diesel reference. Yeah, man, you look like Terrence Rough Diesel.
Oh,
you look like Terrence. Like, man, you just got that structure. You got to grow just a little bit. And we know what we got to do. He may do the Savannah Pro in, I think it's 6 weeks now, 5 weeks now. So he's fixing to have a child, his first child, too, with his wife. She's due in, the middle of October. So he's depends on his child what he's going to he's going to be able to do this. I hope he does. I hope he gets to do Savannah Pro. It'd be great.
What's his full name?
Kyle Puckett. He's KP Fitness 93 or KP Fitness 97 on Instagram.
KP.
I'm Fitness 97.
Oh, I see him. Okay. I'll throw him a
follow. That guy right there, man. And you want to talk about impressive about lifting weights? That dude squats 500 for sets of 10. Ass to grass. Unreal. Deadlifts 500. It's 100.
What does he squat, pounds. You said?
500 for sets of 10.
Mink, yeah. And he's small, you said, right? He's lightweight. He's got a great holy shit. This guy is fun. I'm looking at the pictures. These are from this weekend. Wow, he does got a big teardrop. He's, most classic physique guys, you don't see the legs too much. They usually kind of.
Oh, his legs are incredible. His glutes tie in, his hamstrings. I mean, you get his upper body. Put another 10 pounds on his upper body.
He's got beautiful hair.
Because of his.
I'm jealous. The hair's beautiful.
Yeah. We're all jealous of the hair, man. And when I first
like some Oriental in him.
He's Filipino. He was actually adopted from the Philippines at 9 years old and came to America when he was 9. Yep. And then he didn't start bodybuilding until he was 17 years old.
How old is he now?
24.
Oh, boy, he's got a long way to grow, man. I mean, he's.
Yeah. This is what if you go through his Instagram, he's got a picture of when his first show, and when he won his pro card. and just look at the difference. That was 5 years.
There's a picture of you and him.
Unreal. Oh yeah, yeah.
How tall is he?
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's like 5'5", 5'6". No, he was 5'6" because they gave him 5'6.5", which put his weight cap at 180, 186 instead of 180.
Wow, he's
excellent. So he could have weighed in 12 pounds heavier.
He looks like he's got a lot of fucking promise, man. A young guy like that, he's got that. He may end up in bodybuilding, maybe a 212 if he keeps putting fucking size on.
Well, that's actually kind of a goal he wants to do, is go 212.
There's nothing wrong with Classic. Classic's great. I mean, the Olympian.
What really sucks though, Joe, I wish, because if he'd have got the top 10, they could have saw his posing routine. And I'm telling you, I said this the other day talking to Lenny and them, I've seen a lot of people pose, and he is the only person that I've ever watched and actually I had tears coming down my face because his poetry is so flawless. I tell you what, I'll get the video. I'll send it to you, Joe. You tell me what you think. Unreal, cool. Man. I mean, and I get excited talking about it.
I never understood why. How could you not get posing routine? Old school guys, fucking that was we loved. You know, you would watch that. Even the big guys, you know, like fucking Ferrigno and stuff, they would do nice routines and shit. You know, it's a lost art.
Yeah, well, it kind of, his posing routine kind of reminds me of if you took Lee Labrada and Ed Corney and mixed them. Because he goes to the ground. He's those some of the best posers that ever graced the bodybuilding stage. And Kyle is actually that good. He can't dance. You think he'd be able to, he can't dance to save his life. But man, that boy's poetry and motion posing.
Phil Hill, Bob is saying. Yes, Phil Hill had a great routine. Melvin Anthony used to win best poser at the Arnold a lot. He had a great routine. You know, fucking, who was it? Hadagishi Yamagoda. What the fuck? I can't say his name off of my head. The Japanese guy that was dating Iris Kyle for years. Yamagishi. He has a great fucking posing routine, and he's a hybrid. He does 212 and open. He hasn't competed in a few years though. Hidetada Yamagishi. There it goes. But he's got a great routine on the floor and shit. He does some really cool fucking posing. So some guys out there do give a shit. Other guys just fucking walk around and go like, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's one thing about him. I tell you one thing about him is Kyle trusts Cornelius so much. And I mean, if Cornelius says he can have it, he'll have it. Kyle won't cheat on his diet, nothing. I mean, if Cornelius doesn't tell him he can do it, he's not going to do it. And that's to have someone that young to believe in a coach like that, and then just the progress them two have molded together. I mean, it's nice. I mean, Cornelius trained me, got me ready for the Ruby and all that. That's cool and all, but all this stuff. But Kyle is the future of Cornelius's coaching. I mean, if you just look at it, Kyle, I mean, him and Cornelius, the package they put together, this is the best Kyle ever looked. But the package they put together for the Tampa Pro is incredible. I can't wait to see what they do next year.
With an off season.
You know? Everybody gives Cornelius hell because of everything he's done and all this. Cornelius, man, he is top notch. He's one of the he's highly regarded in the bodybuilding community. And I mean, he's made a name for himself really well. And Kyle's just a staple for him now, because everything, and it puts a lot of pressure on Cornelius because he wants Kyle to do so well. And, you know, Cornelius gets a little stressed out if something's not right. But, you know, and that's where I come in. Hey, man, let me take some burden off. Let me help. I train with Kyle 3 days a week. So let me help you out. Let me tell you what I'm seeing. And, you know, you go in and tweak it and do whatever you got to do. And, man, they created a phenomenal package. I just can't wait to see what the future holds with it.
Same area?
It's going to be amazing.
You're all in the same gym? You're 3 years?
No. So Cornelius lives about 30 minutes away from us, and about 45 from Kyle. But Kyle comes to the gym I'm at, Mountain Island Fitness. So he comes down there Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and we'll train. And then he'll go see Cornelius. Cornelius has his own gym in his house, so Cornelius has got, I mean, it's a mecca in his house. It's a bodybuilding paradise in his garage. It's unreal. But Kyle will go see him, and you know, anything he needs, Kyle needs, Cornelius is there, and Cornelius always, and well, actually with all his athletes, you know, Cornelius takes time, everybody, and dedicates. Even me, whenever I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, he's like, yeah, you're fat. You need to get in shape. So I'm like, all right, man, I got to get in shape. So here, and I love it because he'll call me out on my bullshit. And most people won't. They'll just, oh yeah, they'll bullshit you the whole time. He's not gonna bullshit you. You're fat. You're fat. He's gonna tell you, all right, you need to turn around, reel this shit in. You know, quit being fat, Dale. Let's go. Can't be drinking sweet tea on your diet.
No fucking snowflake stuff. We're all men.
Yeah.
Tell it like it is.
Yeah. No. And that's what's one thing about him, man. That's why he's gonna do so well in this industry. I mean, he's just a fucking genius. I hate to say
clients that are either pro or, you know, on the cusp. Does he have other clients that are pro or either on the cusp of getting there?
Oh yeah. No, he's got quite a few pros. He's got I think 3 or 4 that's doing the Savannah Pro in a few months. So, and there's a guy Sporty. Him and Kyle actually they went head to head in Junior USA's in 2020, and Kyle won the bodybuilding overall, and then well, they both won their weight class to turn pro and classic. And then you got Bree Marshall, which that girl is unreal. If you ever watch Cornelius's stories and stuff, he has Bree on there all the time. She becomes really good. And then there's a bunch of other pros that he's had over the years. Felicia, I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff, a bunch of people he's helped. And I mean, he's pretty dialed in with it. Him and then buddy Kevin Decon, they do pretty well. I just like being a part of it. You know, I have no desire to ever turn pro. So that was before the wreck. Now I just want to get in shape, stay in shape.
You do it for fun, which is the to me that's the best way to do it, because if there's not a lot of pressure. You do you didn't do the show, who cares? You did the show, you have some nice fucking memories of it and leaning out and shit.
Yeah. It's always fun, you know. I catch more hell than any of them because if I'm fat, I'm fat. You know, if I'm starting to get in shape, oh my God, Dale's steroid stack is through the roof. Or Dale, I mean, it's just like, really? Okay, guys, if you really knew me and knew what I was doing, you would be shocked in how little I did.
On shit, really? You don't need. I mean, people overdo it. I think that's what makes me think a lot of this stuff is so underdosed, because they would fucking die if they took all the shit and it was where it said it.
Well, Cornelius gets on me a lot because I try to hang with Kyle because, you know, I've got that mentality. Nobody can be stronger than me. So I try to hang with Kyle on what he's doing. And then I end up I pulled my quad a couple weeks back, and he's like, "Are you stupid? What are you doing? Don't even go over there, try and lift head." I'm like, "I wasn't." He's like, "You've done something. You pulled a quad, you moron." He's like, "Dude," he's like, "just put the blood in there. You've got all the muscle. You don't need to try and build it." I'm like, all right, Cornelius, you got it, man. And I'm like, God, dog. He just hammers me. And it's good criticism. It's good. I mean, he's right on what he's talking about, which is great.
Yeah, you don't need to fucking people that stack so much shit. It's almost fucking. Even Valentino always says your body can only aromatize so many milligrams of this shit. It's not gonna work.
Exactly. Speaking of Valentino, I went down to Delray Beach, out on the beach this morning. I was out there walking, and this guy come pulling in a BMW. I swear to you, I thought it was Greg Valentino. I got all excited. I jump out of the car, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, the guy gets out, and I go, "Oh, that's not Greg Valentino." But in the face, he looked just like Greg Valentino. But then he got out, and his belly was hanging to his knees. I was like,
yeah. Greg's fucking ripped.
Bro, yeah, I was like, yeah, that's not Greg.
Fucking
I know.
Shredded. And he's 60. I mean, the guy's just great fucking shape. It's just amazing. You know, the older he gets, the smarter he gets with how he trains and eats and juices, you know. Very little amounts he uses because he doesn't need a lot. your body can't take it, like we were just saying. You know, so he's just getting fucking ripped. And he cleaned his diet up. Unfortunately, becoming a diabetic was bad, but it actually got him to eating such, you know, much better foods and lower carbs that his body responded in a positive way to it. He actually looks healthier. So
yeah,
he turned it on itself, you know, by doing good with it. So that's the way.
that's good.
Yeah. Dale, pick
Yeah.
up the rat prick and squat his frail carcass for reps. Big Lenny Army is telling you.
Yeah, I'm reading some of these comments and I'm just ignoring them. It's like, really, guys, come on now. I'm just here chilling. I come down as a fanboy. Now I'm gonna go hang out with Lenny, and they're gonna crucify me on the videos because I was doing more weight than Lenny. I'm like, look, this is what I do, man. I just lift heavy. I'm sorry. So they're gonna crucify me so bad. Well, I don't care.
Well, let Lenny.
I just laugh
Lenny
at
and
it.
Rob Ziller, I send my regards, and I'm hoping to see them Olympia weekend. You know, if that match goes off with Mr. G, and then you'll be there too. So we'll be hanging out. It'll be a nice little fucking reunion there if everybody gets down there. You know, all the misfits are down.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna come down to the Olympia. I got to do that.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun. Hang out. Is Crystal coming?
Yes, Crystal and her husband Rich are coming. Did you ever meet her husband?
Cool. I didn't get to meet her husband.
Sweetheart of a guy, fucking funny guy, very.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. We got a nice crew going that are going to the just staying at the same, you know, the height where the thing is. If you're not third,
Infamous Bob. If you're not, yeah, I just read that one. If you're not third, you're last. Thank you, Infamous. I need to put that on a shirt. That's great. That is great. And then here's CD Con, third place is a new first. You know what, Cornelius? You know what? I love you. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I love you, Cornelius. Let's just put it like that.
Oh fuck, man. So
Cornelius, I'll tell you what. One thing I'll say about him, you cannot troll his ass. He is the king of all trolls. I go in there to try and troll him, and I always end up getting trolled back. I'm like, why the hell do I do this to myself? I'm trying to troll this man, and he trolls me back. And I'm like, shit. I can't win with him. The only thing that I can say that I can win with him on is a hack squat. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing I could beat him at is a hack squat. And I don't know about now. That was back then before my wreck. That's my only claim to fame with him is that I beat him in the hack squat. Not once, but
what
twice.
Did you do? What was the weight you guys had on?
I think we had like 7 plates on each side, and we just went for reps, and I think I got to like 14 or something, and I'm like, and then that was the first time I ever trained with him as well, so he's like, when he trains, it's intense, it's hardcore. So he got up, he took his belt off and threw it across the gym. I was like, what the hell? My buddy Ryan's like, yeah, he's pissed you beat him. I'm like, I can let him win. I was like, what the heck, man? He's like, oh, he'll be all right. I was like, okay. Like, I've never been scared of a man in my life, but that kind of scared me a minute. I'm like, damn, I don't want to go through that. I don't want to get in a fight over hack squatting.
Hack squats.
But that was fun.
Great exercise, but that's too much weight, man. I wouldn't even look at that.
Oh, well, then he's like, well, let's go to a real workout. I'm like, all right. So we go over to go deadlift, and that asshole comes over there and takes double over grips 500 pounds like it's nothing, and I'm having to use straps. He's like, ha ha ha. I'm like, yeah, you win this one. I'm not even going to try. I'm done. I mean, there's nothing you can't out deadlift that freak. We had so much fun times, though. Great memories. Great fun.
I'm running close to the witching hour over here. So,
all right. Well, I'm gonna get off of here, man. It was good talking to you. I'm gonna go find Lenny and them wherever they're at. Maybe Jason will pop up.
Tell everybody over there I said hello, whoever you're still getting to see before you go back, and I will talk to you soon. Send me some info
buddy.
on Puckett. That's interesting. Yeah, I like. Great, man.
Yeah, he'd be a good one for y'all to put in the magazine too.
All
He'd
right.
love that.
Send me some info, and we'll take it from there. Can you hear me?
I don't know. I cut out. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Send me some info, and we'll take it from there, bro. It's your friend, so that's all. All
right, cool.
All right, cool.
All right, cool,
Dale,
man.
Joining us today
I'll see y'all.
MSR. Be good, bro. I'll talk to you soon, Dale. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
There he
See
is.
ya.
He's Chance,
Yeah, buddy.
right here on MuscleSport Radio, brought to you by Hostile Nutritionals. We got a few minutes left here, and I want